guys, this is VengeanceTech, and we're playing another UHC, and we're starting in 7, 6, 5, well, a few seconds here, and we're off. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some wood, and I think I'll kind of tell you what kind of happened. I overwrote the intro, but it's standard UHC rules. No health regen, I think. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't use potions anyway. But I'm gonna get my stuff going. Mess that up. Let's get the sword. And we need a pick. My strategy here, I guess, is I am going to, well, pretty much I'm going to get all ironed up, and I'm going to, oh, there's a skeleton there. I'm going to leave him alone. Basically, I'm going to get all iron armor, and then I'm going to go hunting other people. I don't want to get too close to that skeleton. But get away from that skeleton again. And we got a good turnout. Just pop that up real quick. Probably should have left it up a little longer. But I just want to get away from that dark wood or dark oak forest. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going to head back and I'm going to get some stone so that I can get stone tools. And this is all accessible, so I'm going to get this. And a few more here. I'll grab that coal for torches. Now what I want to do is get about half a stack of meat or whatever, preferably chicken or beef. I'm going to grab some reeds if I can, and I'm going to basically get underground and get all my armor. Hopefully find diamonds, get an enchantment table. This is kind of we're doing a free-for-all this time also, if I forgot to mention that. And I'll give you a little bit of information about the server. I wrote a mod to do the UHC. This is actually the second time I've actually run this mod. First time I did it on the subscriber UHC, which was just a few weeks ago. And let's see. It actually turned out really well. There was a lot of deaths from mobs and things like that. I think that has something to do with this being 1.7.9. We're not actually playing on the latest snapshot for this UHC. Found that to be a little unstable, and we're getting just a little bit of lag here. And B-Rabbit's dead already. Oh, should we restart? Well, I guess everybody else had good game, and so did I. Well, I don't know. I guess if you're gonna, I guess it happens. Somebody has to be first. Yes, there's a little bit of lag. I'm gonna try to fix that in a minute here. But basically, I wrote this mod for the UHC. Iggly Poof. Yeah, Iggly's got a pretty high ping to the server. I'm actually hosting the server, so I got kind of I can actually see how the server is running. I wrote a few things to combat block lag and things like that. I'll probably show you that in a minute here. But the first thing I want to do is I want to just get enough wood and enough food and everything, and then I'm gonna try to fix the server a little bit. Hopefully this block lag goes away. I'm hoping it's not really that bad for other players. But I'm still gonna try to fix it here. Yeah, I can't believe he died already. Also, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It happens. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, but I can't hear my game sounds at all. So I don't know what's wrong. Usually I don't play on this laptop, but kind of had to in this case. We're actually recording this. This is Memorial Day weekend for the Americans. This is where we basically honor our veterans and our people that have served in the armed forces on this weekend. And we actually honor the people that have died in our wars. And I'll give you my plans for Memorial Day. We have a parade, and I guess I'm not really a member of the Boy Scouts. I am a Boy Scout leader, so we're going to be marching the Boy Scouts along with American Legion and our band, down Main Street in our city, and then we're going to go to our Memorial Park, and we're going to have a memorial ceremony. Now, usually at the Memorial Park, it's our American Legion that pretty much handles everything. But this year, I have to actually give a speech, and I'm really nervous, and I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about quite yet, but that's actually happening tomorrow. But I don't know. It's really kind of I don't know. I'm kind of shaken about that. I'm not a good person in front of a group. I can do like recordings like this, because I know that if I really flub it up or mess it up, I can basically start over. But except for like this, this is where I'm kind of recording on the fly. I don't know what to talk about, so I'm just talking about things that are happening. But anyway, if you see in the background, you can see that the world didn't load. Igley has had to relog. I'm gonna fix that in a second here. I just ran the command TPS. What that does is it basically checks the ticks per second on the server, and then it basically makes an adjustment. The adjustment that it makes is it basically controls the number of chunks that it's sending out per tick. That's part of the UHC mod that I wrote. And what that does is, if somebody is lagging or if the server is overloaded, it basically adjusts the number of chunks that are sent. So in this case, it probably lowered the number of chunks. That way, it lags people less. And I'm actually going to be running that command several times throughout this. And basically, what you're going to see is every time I run that command, the ticks per second are going to improve, therefore reducing lag. Now, my UHC mod is not, well, it has not been released yet. It's not quite 100% completed yet. What I want to do is I want to get it going, and I want to actually release it for 1.8 whenever Minecraft, comes out with 1.8. But I know I have to change a few things. One being my TPS command. That needs to basically it needs to be just completely rewrote to be compatible with 1.8. The reason is that Mojang has been modifying the code for sending chunks. And if you've played on 1.8 and you've noticed that, on like a multiplayer server or things like that, you see, a little bit of lag or frame rate lag on the client side. That's caused actually from the server. The server sends all the visible chunks to each client every time that it basically refreshes. And before it would actually just send the chunks that needed to be updated, so it was a lot faster. So that's the reason why 1.7 is faster than 1.8 as far as rendering chunks. Now I'm hoping that they improve that, but we'll just see. And the sun's going down, so I'm going to dig in here. I'm going to want to cover my tracks, but I'm going to just drop some cobblestone in here. And I'm going to have to eat, so I'm going to need to make a furnace. Cook up that beef that I collected. Don't want to do that. Is your lag any better? I'm going to try fixing that again for her in a second here. Yeah, well, she did notice a little bit. But I will definitely fix that again for her. Now my TPS command, I'm probably going to set that up so that it's automatic, as opposed to having to type in the command. But I have not figured out exactly how to, monitor, the ticks per second over, a certain amount of time, and I haven't figured out how to adjust it. But as you can see, every time I run this command, the ticks per second actually gets better. Ideally, you want to have 20 ticks per second. Anything over like 19 is fairly good. If it drops down to like 15 or worse, that's kind of bad. And I kind of want to apologize a little. I'm sick, but it's a self-induced sickness. My daughter graduated high school, so we've gone out and celebrated. So I am not 100% today. You can probably tell that by my shaky screen and my kind of bouncing around and things like that. And I do apologize for that. Normally I'm a little bit more relaxed, but it's just what it is. She's gonna only graduate high school once, so let's kind of celebrate a little bit. But kind of hoping to get that ticks per second to 20, but it should be better. I'll just let her know this. And it does improve other people also. I wish Mojang would actually implement something like this. It would make the gameplay a lot smoother for a lot of people. But yeah, wisecracker. Well, it would make the gameplay a little bit smoother. And if you can hear the traffic in the background, there's a lot of traffic on this road where I'm at. Surprisingly, a lot of semi-traffic. So I want to apologize for that. This is things that are beyond my control. I still cannot hear any of my game sounds, but I did adjust all the volume levels. I don't know. I'm actually going to cover my tracks here. That's why I'm making stone. Yeah, the wither noise. My UHC mod, what it does is it does a time marker for, you know, the 20-minute episodes, or actually whatever I set it to. And I have a wither noise that actually marks the episodes, and it's very loud, and I need one more. Okay. It's very loud, and I don't know. I personally, you know, I thought it would be kind of neat when I did it, but I don't like it. It really kind of well, it's overpowering. And you know, in a couple minutes here, when the episode ends, you'll actually hear this. But there we go, 20 ticks per second. There should be no lag on the server right now for anybody, but we're gonna keep running that command. Now I'm gonna do a little different strategy here as far as digging down. Normally I'd staircase, but I've been watching, you know, a lot of other UHC videos, and I've noticed that that this is really kind of the fastest way to get down. And I'm basically gonna look for a cave, and you know, get iron and get armor, get diamonds. And there's iron. We'll grab that real quick. Should I smelt it? Yeah, I think so. We got time. Should actually get armor. Kind of look around here. Now, I kind of want to apologize again for the shaky screen. It's because I'm ill, I guess. I'm not sick. I'm like party sick. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you what that means if you don't understand what that means. Sorry, you know, but that's just what it is. All right, coal. All right, get some more of this coal. I don't know. Yeah, a lot more mobs than last week. I haven't seen any, but yep. When I tested this, I saw, you know, mobs respawning. What that's referring to is our harder than hard UHC that we just had. We had some technical difficulties, and you know, if you haven't watched any of the harder than hard episodes, please do. We're going to be actually continuing that series, or that UHC style, just as something different. But basically what happened is we had very few mob spawns in the harder than hard UHC, and that was actually caused because of a mob spawner that was located very near our spawn. And what happened is that the mobs all spawned there, and no mob spawned elsewhere. But you know, we learned from it, I guess. But you know, we made changes on this UHC. Our spawn in this UHC is actually way up in the air. I overwrote my intro thing, but if you look at other people's videos, you should be able to see that our spawn is way up in the air. What that does is it basically prevents mobs from spawning near the spawn. so that more mobs spawn other places. Kind of a unique way of doing it. But try to get down here. Basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for a cave. I really want a cave at the lowest level that I can find. That way I can get diamonds and everything. I want to get gold for golden apples, but I only have one apple. And that's it for episode 1 of the UHC. Please stay tuned for the next episode and more deaths. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.